and welcome back to my channel. Welcome 2025. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. We're here for another good year. Before we get into this video, if you are new here, my name is Amelia and I upload lifestyle and book content now twice a week, every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you do enjoy that kind of content, then you know what to do, stick around, subscribe, comment, like, follow my social medias, and maybe join my book club. And if you are not new here, then welcome back. I hope you enjoyed Bookmas and all the other videos, and I hope you're ready for another good year with me on this channel. It's going to be a good year. I'm motivated, I'm prepared. It's going to be a great year. So, without further ado, I don't know what this was, but let's get on with this video because I'm excited. Now, I am going to preface this that it's not 2025 yet when I'm filming this video. No, it is actually currently November the 17th in 2024. Now, I could have left this till like the last week of December, or I could have left this till like just the beginning of January. I could have done that. However, this video, if you haven't gathered by the title, reset vlog. It is a reset with me for 2025. Now, I'm starting this now, but it is going to go over, it's going to prolong. Like, majority of this stuff I'm going to start next weekend, but I wanted to do the intro now because I was motivated with it, and I just wanted to talk to you. I also think that I don't think you need to wait till the 1st of January to reset your year yourself for the new year. I like to think you can start nearer the end of the year to prepare yourself for the new year. When things start slowing down for you for the end of that 2020 year, I think November, December time is the best time to start preparing and resetting for the new year. So you go in with that mindset already that it's already happening. I'm very much like that because I'm a person that if I leave it to the 1st of January and I go, okay, I'm now going to reset, I just won't do it. So I decided I'm going to start in just November. I'm really motivated. I've got like, I think the other thing is, there's one thing I really want to do, and it's my vision board. It's my main thing I want to do, it's my vision board. I have been wanting to do this for the last few weeks. I even bought a board to do it today, and I was like, you know what, we're going to start the video in November. I want to do it. I want to get this new vision board done, like the physical one. So we're going to slowly, over the next month, do a reset for 2025 with me. So I hope you're ready for that, and I'm hoping when you watch this might motivate you to reset your life because it is the first video of 2025. I'm just going to go through the little steps what we're going to kind of go over in this video, and then I'm not going to talk to you now until next week. I am going to start like getting stuff prepared for it over the week, but I won't be doing it until next weekend. So we've got 6 things kind of ideally we're going to do to reset and make 2025 our best year yet. So first of all, we're going to make a physical vision board because I just think having a physical one where I can look at all the time is something I'm going to love. We are then going to do a digital vision board that I can put like a background, put up a background, put my Notion, all that stuff. We are going to look back at our 2024 goals to see if we've achieved it. We are then going to plan our 2025 goals so we have stuff to achieve for next year. And then we're going to set up my Notion for the next year because I kind of want to do a complete brand new like Notion homepage and just set it up again, but copy some pages over, if that makes sense, because there's some pages on my book one I don't need to make new because I still need to add to that. So, and then we want to have just a full-on look back where we just discuss and reflect on everything that happened in 2024, and that's my kind of reset. There might be other things added in there over the time, so you'll see, but that is my plan for this reset video. And like I said, it is November and I'm going to be doing this over the space of November to December, ready for January the 1st, and be like, January the 1st I'll be like, yes, this is my year, my year, this is going to happen, I'm going to achieve all of this. I'm manifesting next year, I'm going to be very, very proactive, I'm going to work so hard. This 2025 is going to be my year and it can be yours. It will be yours. I believe in you. I believe you can make this year your best year yet you've ever had. And I said this at the beginning of 2024 and I can tell you now, 2024 has been one of the best years I've ever had. I'm sure a lot of us can say we've had some bad things happen to us in the year. Like I've not had the greatest like last few weeks when I'm filming this. But that doesn't take away the fact that 2024 was one of the best years I've ever had. I also said the same thing about 2023 because I went in with a positive mindset saying it was going to be the best year of my life, and it was, and I had a great time. So I'm like, no, 2025 is going to be as good, if not better. Okay, so we're at the first step of this reset for 2025. I'm so excited. I have been so excited to do this since I watched a video of Tam Kerr doing this for last year, and I was like, well, no, for this year. Well, for 2024, because I'm filming it in 2024, but when you're watching it, it's 2025, so for last year. And honestly, I'm just so excited to do this. I haven't done a physical vision board for like ever, and I just think now is the right time to do it, because as much as I love having one for my background on my phone and for my computer, I just like to have a physical one. I really want to have a physical one, so I'm doing that. So we have a cork board. This is the exact same one I had when I last did it. However, this one's going to be better, and it's going to go up here where my little music note is. That's going to come down because that's not that important, and then this is going to be here so I can see it and go, oh, I did that, I achieved that. So we got that. We have some drawing pins. I'm hoping there's enough. There's 100 in there, so there should be more than enough. And then we have 15 pages of pictures here that I need to cut up, which I'm going to do in a minute, so that we can do it. So we've got so many different pictures. We've got stuff like, this is like what I want to make in my bank account in the next year, like savings. I want how much I like my YouTube subscribers. I've got like loads of pictures. I've got pictures of myself that I'm going to cut around my head and put on certain ones, specifically, like, for example, oh my god, where is it? I'm going to stick one on this picture of Anastasia King's the Eiffel Tower, because that's why I want to get one. That or to that one, but probably that one. I'm going to cut these out, and then we're going to organise them into piles, and then we're going to start organising our vision board, and I'm so excited to take you on this journey. Okay, so now all of my pictures are cut up, are in this bowl. What we now need to do is organise them into categories. We've got YouTube/social media, we have health and fitness, and then we've got self-care/self-love. And we've got a little bit of travel on there as well. I have one, and I'm really excited for it, but I need to hope it works. So we're gonna organise them into categories, and then what we'll do is we'll get board and lay it out. And I'm so excited. We're just gonna go. I know you should do the goals first, and I have like goals in my head and I've written some down. However, obviously not like fully, because we are gonna do that at some point. We're gonna revisit 2024 goals, and we're gonna visit. So we're going to organise these into categories. I'm watching Only Murders in the Building whilst doing this, and I forgot how good this show is. Also, I use this ASOS bag because my hair's a bit messy. My floor's a bit messy with hair. It needs to be hoovered, and I haven't done that yet, so we just put them all on here. We've got the pictures of my face that I'll be cutting up to put in like pictures that I want to like this one where so it looks like it's me, so I'm more envisioning myself there. We've got self-care here, self-care/self-love, motivation, because I just feel like sometimes having a little bit of motivation quotes on there will help. Then this is like health and fitness. I feel like this is not going to be enough pictures to fill that board. I think I'm going to have to print some more off at some point. So maybe when the year starts, we'll look back on it. Anything else I've added. Then we've got YouTube and career here. And then like savings, like money here. Because the next year is about saving and growing my YouTube, and that's my main goal of next year, is that, and getting a bit more health and fitness in there, and just relaxing and doing solo dates and self-care stuff, and I am going to Paris next year, so it is actually planned to go to Paris, so it's not like I'm not going. So that's why that's there, because there's things I want to happen. I should have put Disney on there, so I'm definitely going to put some stuff on for there. But I'm now going to open this vision board that is here. I'm going to set things up. the reset is done. I love it. Like, I didn't go neat, as if you've watched Tamka's one, you'll know she says don't go, it's not about having like looking pretty vision boards, it's about having messy as fuck ones that you can see everything you want. And literally, I can't believe I've just started that one thing to set up my goals for 2025 to actually know that this is going to come true. And there is my vision board up on the wall. I am obsessed, like, just looking at that and knowing that this is going to happen next year. Oh, it's making me so excited and motivated. Hello, okay, I was about to start this and then the car alarm went off. We love that. We are back with my 2025 reset. Now, the first thing you would have seen was me doing my vision board, which is up on my wall over here. Because this whole next section is going to be a lot of chatting, I want to put a disclaimer. I am a bit bunged up, a bit worse for wear, but we are doing this nonetheless, and I hope you're okay with that. If you don't like the bunged upness, then click off the video now, but I really hope you can just persevere with it, because I am actually excited for this section. So if you've been a viewer of my channel since I started my channel, you would know I used to do a look back at the year we've just had, and then we'll set my goals for the following year. This is what this section is basically. This section is basically going to be a look back at 2024 and then set my 2025 goals. So we're going to do my look back at 2024 first. Grab yourself a tea. I have one here. I've got some water. I'm in my pyjamas. I'm doing this cozy. I just did my makeup because I wanted to look a little bit more awake because I don't feel it today. I'm not going to drink it yet because it's really hot. I've just made it. Get yourself a drink. If you're watching it in the evening, if you want to have a little bit of like a cocktail, go get yourself a little cocktail. I'm having a tea because I'm currently filming this at 11:20 in the morning and it's a Sunday. I'm not drinking any alcohol. It gets cozy, it's going to be a long one. We're going to go through the goals I set for this year and I'm going to say if I've completed them or not. And then we are going to just have a full-on talk about things that have happened this year. So, I hope you guys are ready. I'm going to give you a minute. I'm going to give you a second. Pause it now and get yourself a drink and get cozy. Excuse me. I don't think cars understand I'm filming right now. Okay. Good. It stopped. We're going to get cozy, get comfortable. We're going to chat. Let's go. Okay, so let's just look back at the goals. I set myself 7 goals this year. And I'm just going to say if I've completed it or not. So the first one was be promoted in my job. We're going to touch on this a bit more later when I get on to actually looking back at the year, but yes, I can say I completed that. Save for New York, yes, I did that, and I went to New York, so I did that. Pay off my overdraft, I have not done that. I think because of New York, I didn't get a chance, I just didn't, and then so many other things, I just didn't. But that is one of next year's goals, and I will get to that when we do our goals for 2025. Learn to drive. No, I didn't do that. I haven't even had one lesson. I've not looked at a theory book or anything. I'm very up and ahhing about learning to drive at this current moment in time in my life. It's not really a goal of mine anymore. It kind of became a non-goal by like June time. I was like, I'm not really sure if that's something I'm going to look into because there's other things I want to like focus on more first than actually driving. So, no. See more live music. I think I can say that. I've seen a little bit more. Like, I think I've seen 2 artists this year at 3 concerts. And I'm okay with that. Like, concerts are expensive, so actually it's not bad. Perform well in Grease and Parade. In my eyes, I think I did perform really well in both of those shows. Especially Grease, because that was a lot of intense dancing. And for me, I'm not a dancer, so yeah. And then finally was get a Canon G7X. Now, we all know, I think if you watched my video back in a while ago, I was going to get a Canon G7X and I instead got the Canon PowerShot V10, I think it is. And I think it was the best decision for me because I really want the Canon G7X and it's still something I think about getting in the future maybe. But this camera has been like, it's small, it's easy to carry around, it doesn't get in the way. I can took you with me to New York and use it in New York, which was comfortable. I walked around London with this and it just doesn't feel as big as holding the idea of holding a Canon G7X with a big side flip out. That just, I think for me, confidence, I'm not confident enough to vlog in public with something that big. Like, this is perfect for that. So as maybe when I get a bit more comfortable filming in public, because I do want to start doing that a bit more, like my solo dating stuff, then I'll get that. So I can say I completed getting a new camera, because I loved my old camera, don't get me wrong, but I couldn't see the viewfinder, so I couldn't see if you were in focus, and the amount of times I did sit down videos like this, I couldn't tell if it was in focus. Or sit down videos, sit down clips where I read vlogs, I couldn't see if you were in focus, so when I had to edit it, it wasn't in focus and I had to refilm it. I'd get so frustrated that I just thought, no, needed a new camera. This year was the year I got a new camera. To be fair, this is the year I got a MacBook, which was my dream laptop since I was 16. No, that's 18, so 10 years later I actually finally got myself a MacBook, which is a dream come true. Like, don't get me wrong, there's been times like it's annoyed me at little times, but I think that's what every computer things do, so I'm okay with that. We're now actually going to look back at the year. I have my handy notes on my laptop, which I have set up a little like list of things that have happened so I can go through them and talk about them, because I do want to, I feel like, and I do want to preface this, I am not trying to brag about how good my year's been, because I know not everyone has had the greatest of years. Everyone's years is different to each other's, and everyone's years compared to differently, and I won't lie, I have had some downs this year, but the ups really outweigh the downs, which it sounds really weird when I tell you one really down thing that has happened to me as of recent, because if I said what has happened recently and then you go, how can something outweigh that? It doesn't actually outweigh it. I will preface this when I get to the point of me saying the sad thing that happened, and I think I'm going to start with it just to get it off my chest and out there, because I did originally put it in vlogs and I just didn't like it, so I cut it out, but I do want to get it out there. This happened in 2024. Now I do want to preface this that nothing can outweigh what I'm going to say happened, but I don't let that one sad thing that happened define the whole year, because my life still goes on and I have had some amazing memories that if I look back at 2024, I'm not going to think, oh, that's the year this happened. I'm going to think, this is the year that I did this, and I had such a great time and so many great memories, and like things that I know that younger me would be so grateful for. Because if this sad news happened to me like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe like 5, 6 years ago, I would have said that year's been a crap year. I can 100% say that year's been a crap year just for that one little thing, that one thing that happened. But before we get on to it, I do just want to preface this. I don't want it to think like I'm bragging. I just like to do this whole thing of like looking back at what I have achieved in the year and what has happened and like things. But I do appreciate that not everyone has had that, and not everyone has had a great year. So I can appreciate if you're feeling a bit like crappy then, and you don't want to hear. I understand if you want to click off or you want to skip to when we're doing other things, then that's fine. Sorry if I don't cut these blowing noses out. Please be aware, I have got, I think, a cold. I don't even know what it is because I had this for 2 weeks. But it's just progressively getting worse, so I think it is a cold. Sorry. Just brighten this up so I can actually read. So, we're going to start with talking about the sad thing that happened. I think I couldn't think of anything other bad things that have really happened to me personally. Like, obviously you have sad things that have happened in the world that affects you in some ways. Like when Laing passed away, I was very emotional being a One Direction fan. However, that didn't really change my effect and outlook on like the year, because it's not personally to me. It's like, yes, it's in some way personal, but also a lot of people in the world were going through that sadness and grief of losing Laing. And obviously, I'm not his family, so I feel like it's not something I can say really affected my year. It just emotionally made me a bit sad at the time, which I think is very valid. However, in a few weeks after that happened, I got a call from my mum at work, and I missed the call because we're not meant to be on our phones at work. So I was trying my hardest not to be on my phone because I have a bad habit. I'm setting a bad example to these new people by being on my phone, and I know I do sometimes, so I need to be like, nope, put the phone away. So I wasn't on my phone, and at this one time I wasn't on my phone, my mum called me and left a voicemail, and my mum does not leave voicemails unless it's an emergency or something bad has happened. So I had that sense that something had happened, and I was like, okay. So I called her back. I didn't really listen to the voicemail because like, I can't listen to it. And I'll get to this in a moment. I can't listen to the voicemail, so I called my mum, and she told me basically that my granddad had sadly passed away, and I'm gonna cry about it right now because I got no more mascara on. We had his funeral this week, the week I'm filming this. Obviously, when you're watching this, it'll be a few weeks back. So it's been like a bit of an emotional week because of that, and I am on my period, so it's all a bit hormones up here rather than down there. So yeah, that was a sad thing that happened. So that's why I say none of it can outweigh that, because it is a big thing. Like, my granddad is my granddad. Like, he was always close to me. I was growing up, spent a lot of time around him. However, he wasn't young, he was old, and he lived a great life, and he is now sadly passed away. He's back with my nan, and that's what I guess it is difficult, and I think grief is always something hard, and it hits you at times when you don't really expect to be hit. However, I also know that my granddad wouldn't want me to dwell on him passing away. He would rather be happy about the good things that have happened this year, because I've had so many good things happen to me this year. But back to the point, the reason I didn't listen to the voicemail, I don't know why I'm telling you this, is because when in 2020 my nan passed away, and I was at uni, living in my uni house. I wasn't at home. It wasn't easy for me to get home, and so I was coming home like 2 days after this anyway for Christmas. So I got a phone call. But I missed a phone call. In the morning, I got a phone call from my mum. I don't remember if I answered it straight away or I missed it. But she said that my nan had a fall at home. She's okay. She's in hospital. She's fine. So I was like, okay, going about my day, going about my business. I come home, back to the house. I can't remember what I did because it was paydays for me. So I was like, I'd done a bit of shopping. Obviously didn't buy like a massive food shop, but I bought some stuff to get me through the next 2 days. And then I was talking to my housemates, and obviously missed a call from my mum, and then I listened to the voicemail, and I think I listened to it 4 times because it didn't make any sense to me, but it said my nana passed away, and it just baffled me. So now I won't listen to the voicemail because I don't want to hear it through a voicemail. I want to call my mum back. So I did that. But that's what happened then. But yeah, so that's the one I think the major sad thing that happened to me this year. If there's anything other than sad things that have happened to me this year, apart from date cancelling or dates not going well, because I don't class that. I think at the times when I go through ending dates not going well, or dates cancelling on me and stuff, I am upset at the time, but then I look back and go, actually no, that is a lesson learned, and that is an experience. Like, I'm glad it didn't work out, because I could have forced it to work out, be with this guy, and not be happy and be miserable. So I don't see that as a bad thing. I don't see it as upsetting, like, just dates not going well, whatever. Now, we can go through all the good things that have happened this year, because I've had like quite a few. My first one was, and we're looking back, I'm trying to go in order, but there's some bits that are not in order because my brain just forgot. So I'm reading it from here. But if they're not in order, I'm sorry. But first of all, in January January 2024, I got a paycheck from the Harlequin for doing a panto, and like, with that I decided to buy myself a MacBook. My dream laptop. I had wanted it for so long, and I made the decision to buy a MacBook with that money, because as much as I could have lived with my other laptop that was going extremely slow, making some annoying noises, and I still have, because I still have Sims on it. So I use it when I want to play Sims. I don't really want to get rid of it because I don't want to put Sims on here, because it uses too much memory and it's just annoying. But buying a MacBook has been a dream. I've been learning how to use iMovie for the year. Like, I'm still learning tricks. I'm trying to like learn more about it. I'm trying to get better in editing. I don't know if you can see in my videos, so I'm sorry if you don't notice any difference, but I'm trying. But I am so happy that I have my MacBook. That was a dream big purchase that I'm so happy I was able to get. And I can actually say it's mine, and I paid it out full straight away, and I have. So it's my baby, and I love it so much, and I think I'm going to be really sad. I'm literally going to, the only thing I'll ever use now is a MacBook, and I'm happy with that, because it's just so I don't know what the word is because it's convenient, I guess. It's just, I prefer it. My next highlight of 2024 is Greece with Dorking, DDoS, which is the words. It is the musical I did in February in Dorking Halls, and if I didn't vlog it, obviously, because I don't vlog my shows because I just want to live in a moment for it, but honestly, if you follow my Amelia J. Laing Instagram, you will see stories of it. I had such a great week that week doing the show. Like, don't get me wrong, there was ups and downs in rehearsals, but the actual show was incredible. The show week was incredible. It was probably one of my most favourite show weeks I've ever had, and I literally loved it. And I think it just is it's a cool memory there because I keep thinking about it. Like, I haven't stopped thinking about it. Like, every few weeks I'm like, oh my god, do you remember when I did Greece? And I just remember back at it and looking back at it, I'm going, oh my god, that was incredible, that was crazy. I just, like, the fact, I sometimes think, how on earth did I even do that? It was intense, and I'm just so glad that I was like, you know what, if we're not doing a show last November because everything happened, and I'll talk about it a bit later, I'm gonna audition for Greece because why not? And if I didn't audition, I would have watched all my friends do it and had massive FOMO and been sad. So I'm so glad I did audition for that show, and I did get to be part of it, and I got to make some great friends in that show. I just felt more confident in myself by the end of it. I think I learned a lot about myself during that show, and I just had a great time. So, next is going to see Niall Horan for the first time in March. I remember this day because I remember it very, very vividly. It was such an incredible experience. I have always wanted to, well, I say always, since 2020 I've wanted to see Niall live, but obviously, like, in 2020 he had planned a tour when his album came out, and I didn't buy tickets because I didn't know him that much. I didn't know him, but I wasn't obsessed with him. But then I also had I met my best friend Donna. I met my best friend Donna in 2019, and I knew she loved Niall. Or was it actually 2019 that he released tour tickets? It must have been 2019 because it got cancelled in 2020. Lies. In 2019 is when I started to listen to him, but like, he released a tour, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna go because I'm not like that obsessed. But I met my best friend Donna at the same time, and she was obsessed with Niall, so she had already bought tickets like to see Niall live on tour. And, you know, I was a little bit like, oh, I kind of wish I did it. As time went by, because I listened to his album and I became obsessed. When his album came out, I was like, oh my god, this is so good, I actually love it. And then over the year of 2020, I started to like listen to more. And then he did his like lockdown concert in Royal Albert Hall, and I was like, oh my god. I bought tickets like on a whim. It was payday, and I was like, Donna had bought the ticket, and we watched it both, but obviously not at her house. I was at mine, she was at hers. And I had a drink with it, I was watching it, I was like, yes, this is good, and I became obsessed with Niall myself. So until 2024 to see him live was painful, because I had seen him at the Golf 2 years running, and he was lovely from what I saw and briefly spoke. Like, I say briefly spoke, I said hi. I'm pretty sure the time me, Donna, and her friend Lauren and Sean were sitting on the floor, and he said, hi, how are you? Maybe I imagined it. If Donna was watching this, please, if you remember it, let me know. But otherwise, yeah, other than that, no. So when I finally got to go, I had never bought, this is a time when I had never bought, actually I had bought tickets to see a concert, and that was Panic at the Disco. And that wasn't that stressful, because for some reason, it wasn't that, like, it didn't, like, I didn't get put in a queue or anything, and but I knew for now, I was gonna, like, it was gonna be, you have to get in there and you have to do it. Donna was going to Amsterdam and travelling to Amsterdam, so she couldn't do it. I was like trusting her to do it, so I had to do the tickets. I was like panicking, so I got the tickets, like really luckily got the tickets, and oh my god, going to watch Niall live was just, I felt like it was a complete amazing experience I never had. Like, when I say younger me always wanted to go see One Direction live and never got a chance to, because, sorry, bear with, when they were touring, I think they were touring when I was like 16, 17. I didn't have a job at this point, so I had no money. My parents didn't have any income, so I couldn't be like, hey, can you buy me tickets to see One Direction, because that's just cheeky when they don't have money anyway. So I never went to see One Direction, because obviously at that point I'd had to go on with someone. I didn't really have any close friends. The close friends I had did not like One Direction, so I didn't really have any close friends who would want to go see them. So my mum would have to get a ticket herself as well, and obviously she wouldn't really want to go. Don't really have the money to be buying 2 lots of tickets. So it just was never in the cards for me to see One Direction at the time when I was younger. So now, as I say, I've seen Louis and I've seen Niall live. And Niall's concert was amazing. I've seen Niall twice this year. Twice. I saw him in March and I saw him in September. I haven't put that one on there again because... Was it September or October? I think it was September. It had to be September. It could have been October. But I think it was September. It was one or the other. I'm pretty sure it was September. I think it was like... No, it was September. It was the beginning of September. It was the beginning of September, so yeah. I'm talking for random ages, but yeah, it was great. Next one will be Canterbury with Rachel, Sarah and Kat. Now, I obviously didn't vlog this either. We were having it was a lovely little weekend away in Canterbury at Sarah's house. Sarah was moving to Australia, so we were doing like a little like goodbye. We'd always said we wanted to go to Canterbury anyway, so it was kind of perfect timing to go. And it was like, it was not a goodbye like we're never going to see. It was like a see you later, I guess you could say. But it was more like, have a great time in Australia, we'll miss you, let's and so we did stuff, and it was just a really nice weekend, and I honestly remember it so much. It was just, it hits me hard because I really miss Sarah, and I know she's like living her best life in Australia. She's just bought in a flat and I'm so proud of her and so happy for her, but I want her back. But no, it was just such a lovely weekend, and I feel like I've had so many good memories with those girls in the last 3 years. I don't know how, but I would say the last 2-3 years I've had so many good memories, and I'm about to make more, so I'm really excited for next year with, well, at least with Kat and Rachel and our friend Maddie, because we're going on holiday together and I'm so excited. So if anyone didn't know, Rachel is my cousin, also one of my closest good friends. I still call her a good friend even though she is also my cousin, and I've become friends with her friends through her, which has been really sweet, and it's been really nice, and it's just really nice to have that like connection with a group of people and yeah. And then in May, a highlight of that, I don't think I have many highlights. Each month I only have like one big highlight, and I think I obviously have so many other memories from this year, but I've just picked out the ones that really stick out to me. So in May, we had my best friend's baby shower. She had her first child this year, and I got invited to her baby shower. It was not my first baby shower, it was my second, but this was like a first proper baby shower, I want to say, and it just felt so different. I felt so grown up, and I think because the first baby shower I went to, I was 20. So, and I felt so young and out of my depth that I didn't understand a thing. This one I felt a bit more like I'm actually grown up. We did afternoon tea, we played some games. It was just so nice. I got to meet Vinny's friends from school. So my best friend Vinny from uni, she was in the vlogs at uni. I got to meet her friends from school. I got to meet her mum, finally. I got to meet her partner's family as well. Yeah, my best friend baby shower. It was a memory that I think is going to stick with me because it just felt... I felt that this is like... the first grown-up thing I done. I actually felt like an actual, like, oh wait, I'm an actual adult now. Like, my friends are having children, getting married and stuff, and it's such an exciting time. And like, it also made me realise, like, if you had asked me a few years ago and I saw my friend was settling down having a child with her love of her life, I would have been jealous. Like, I would have been happy for her, but I'd have been jealous because I'd have been like, oh, but like, I want that feeling. This year, it's not that I don't, like, I do want children in the future, and I obviously would love a partner in the future, but I didn't have that feeling of being jealous. I just had that feeling of feeling I'm so happy for her, and there was no jealousy there. And I was like, this is when I realised I'm growing up, because I'm realising I don't need that, like, love of my life. I don't need that child right now. I just want... I'm still learning about myself. I'm still finding myself. I'm still... When the time's right, it will happen. And that's when it all hit me. I was like, oh, you know what? I've lived such a good life. But I get to witness it all through my friend's eyes. I get to see her be a mum, and I know she's gonna... I finally met her child the other week, and it was like the cutest thing. He's the cutest baby I've ever seen. He is such a quiet baby as well. From what I got in a few hours I was there. It was so good to see my best friend as a mum. Like, I knew she was going to be great at it, but it just reaffirmed it, and I'm just so happy for her. But it just also felt like no time had changed, even while she's got a child. And you know that feeling of, like, when you have friends who have kids. Like, I have another friend who has 2 kids, and I love her kids to pieces, and I love her to pieces, and she has nothing to change between me and her. But even my brain, because like me and my best friend from school, like not school, like childhood, I met her when she was a baby, because her mum was like, she's a year younger than me, so we were both babies. Her mum was really good friends with my mum, so I'm really good friends with her, and we grew up together, and I see her a lot more than I see my friend from uni, so it felt like it's a bit different. But it was just an amazing experience still. Then in June we have Parade, the musical. Now that is a highlight of my memory because this show was meant to happen last November in 2023. And then what happened was during our rehearsal process, the Harlequin where I work, where we usually put our shows on, got shut because they found a RAC concrete and they had to close it. And I get it, safety wise, they had to close it, but it just meant we had to postpone our show, which is fine. Like it wasn't fine. It was a bit sad at the time because it was like we were all like preparing for it. We were so ready. Like we had like, it was a month before show week that we started to postpone it, and I was like, we were ready for it. So then we postponed it and we did it in June in a place in East Horsley. Now, when I have this up on my highlights of the year, I don't have it in my highlight of the year because of the theatre we did it in, because I will never be going back to that theatre. I'm not going to slate and put the name on the internet, even though no one really know where it is. I just did not love it. And I only said where it is, so if you know where that place is, you might know what the theatre is. I didn't love the theatre. It wasn't great, but I loved the experience. I loved the chance that we finally got the chance to do it. It just felt like more of a big memory because we waited so long. Then it felt more like big. And it felt like it was just such a great show, and the story was amazing. It's just a very powerful story, and I loved it. Being around those people, everyone in the show, I'm getting emotional thinking about it because I love being around that group of people. Like, it's my comfort, not just my group of friends in there, but like the whole cast. Like, I have my group of friends in the group company, and I love them to pieces. But I also have the whole cast. They're just amazing, and I love them all. And I feel like we all came together. We put on a show, and we all got through it, even in the fact that we had to use a different theatre we're not used to. We had a different rehearsal place, which we we're not used to, and also we waited so long to do it, so it just felt so memorable. And I'm getting emotional thinking about it. I'm not gonna cry, but I'm getting emotional about it. I don't know why, but I am. Another thing I will say is, I don't know what I'm talking about. The next one is July. That's what I'm trying to say. July happened. July was a crazy month. It was a big month for me, and it was a big month for my best friend because we went to New York. Now, anyone who knows me, since I was like 15, when Glee did the New York episode where they all went to New York for nationals, and then Rachel and Kurt sang on the stage of the Gershwin Theatre, where Wicked is, and I remember going, oh, I would love to go to New York, and then ever since then it's just been so stuck in my mind. I always said I wanted to go. Then I watched the rest of Glee, and obviously did more stuff in New York. I then watched Gossip Girl. I also then watched Sex and the City, and like all those shows that are based in New York. And I always said, I really want to go to New York, I really want to go to New York, I really want to go to New York, but I never thought it would ever happen. Like, I kept thinking in my head, if it's going to happen, I'll be like older, with a partner, married, you know, or it'll be like a honeymoon. That was originally, I thought, okay, it might be a honeymoon place, and that's fine. Like, it'll be a good honeymoon. I still want it to be my honeymoon place, just so everyone knows. However, my hair, what is this? It's this bit, my hair. However, I got to go this year, and because me and Donna were originally going to go to Paris, we both said, because I said, no, let's go to Paris, we'd love to go to Paris again next year. This was in 2023. And then I think a few weeks after I said that, she was like, down for it, and she goes, what about we go to New York next year? And I was like, I won't say no to that. I just didn't suggest it because I thought it was a bit too far-fetched. So we went to New York in July, and honestly, you can look back at my channel, I filmed the videos. I filmed New York vlogs. There's 2 New York vlogs and a New York tips and tricks and recommendations video up on my channel. Please go watch it because they are like bear with. I'm literally been sneezing all morning. It is, I want to say like 10 to 12 and I'm still sneezing. This is actually a joke. Excuse me. I'll try and make sure I cut these out because this is going to be really bumpy. However, New York was the best trip of my life. I could be here talking about it all day, so I'll try my hardest not to, but it's a memory that I just don't think I'm ever going to forget. the fact that I got to go to New York, which was my dream place to go, and it was on my bucket list, and I always wanted to go to it so bad. It was like I knew it was a place I needed to go to, and I knew I was going to love it even before I got there. So the fact that I went there, that's one big thing, but also the fact that I got to experience it with my best friend, that's just everything to me. You know, when someone, like, I always watch, like, people, like, when Anna goes on holiday, like, stuff on like, YouTube, and they go on, because they go, oh, well, I get to experience with my best friend, and, like, you know, you don't really feel, like, I can always say, oh, I can imagine it being great, but, like, it is what it is. Like, I'd go with anyone, but no, when you get to experience it with that one, that your best friend, when you get to experience it with that person who also, you have that kind of, me and my best friend, we're, like, me and Donna are we're so close, we talk every day. And if we don't talk, I'm always worried. Like, the only time we don't is when she's on holiday or something comes up, we're busy, which is fair. I also feel like with me and Donna, we're so in sync. We have a lot of things. We have a lot of things in common, and we're both very much like, when we go on holiday, we do things both of us want to do. So if there's something I want to do, but she's like, whatever, she'll do it, and same vice versa. If there's something she wants to do, and I'm like, I'll do it, because that's how you make a good holiday. And we just had such a great time. Honestly, it's like one of my best holidays I've ever had, and like did all that, and the fact that I had the confidence to vlog in another country in public was something I was shocked about, but I'm so happy I did. I love getting to look back at it. The quality ain't the greatest because I didn't save it on the highest quality because I was stupid, but I love looking back at it, and I'm just like, I always look back at it and go, that was such a good memory. And the fact that I have it all on film, I honestly couldn't tell you how much I'm so grateful for that experience. Next up, in August, I went to see the Queen herself, Miss Taylor Swift, on stage. Now, one, we got VIP. I got put in charge of ordering the tickets, booking the tickets, and trust me when I say, I was petrified, because I was like, when I say I got left in charge, it wasn't just me. We had our friend Paris trying to get tickets as well. She didn't get any luck. I had two codes, and the first one I had no luck because everything's messed up for me. The second one I got through, and I was like, I'm on it. I was so stressed. I did it at work. I had a phone call come through on the phones because I worked at a call centre. I work in a call centre, and I had a phone call, and I was like, I gotta get these tickets. So I was just like rushing through this phone call. I don't think I paid any attention, and I was like, I need to do this before my manager comes over because I'm gonna get in so much trouble. And I'm putting this on the internet. I'm hoping no one from my work watches this because that's incredibly embarrassing. I got tickets, but honestly, we got VIP tickets. Now, that one really shocked me. I have a whole VIP package, and it's actually crazy. Like, I've literally kept everything in the box because I just don't want to put it and lose anything, so it just like stays in the box. But I then went to see her. We went to see her, and I honestly had the best time. I can't tell you how, like, it just is such a vivid memory. It is definitely up there in one of the best memories of the year, because I've always wanted to see Taylor Swift live, like, more than anyone in the whole entire world. Like, even more than Niall Horan, more than One Direction, more than anyone. I always wanted to see Taylor Swift. It was just a dream of mine to see her. And the fact that I got to see her this year just actually made my year. And considering that weekend then turned to be one of the, not the worst weekends of my life, just a very like the only person who, if you watched the vlog, you might know because I'm pretty sure I told you, but if you haven't watched the vlog then you might not know. But the only person who can really remember what that felt like was Donna. It was the rest of the weekend. We had a whole long weekend in London that weekend, so we did Taylor on the Thursday. Friday we went for dinner. We were going to watch Wicked, and that's where everything took a turn for the worst. And Donna got food poisoning, and then I got food poisoning, and we both had food poisoning basically. And it was just hectic. And then we met like vampires and werewolf. Basically, we met Ian Somerhalder, Paul Wesley, the Canon family, and Taylor Lautner that weekend, and it was just and that was good. I haven't put it on my highlights because I don't feel like I could put that event on the highlights, because during that whole time I was very tired and I wasn't feeling great. Donna was extremely tired and was not feeling great. We were very much worse for wear. That we were counting down when our last photo was, so we could go back to the hotel and just rest and sleep. So yeah, but Taylor Swift was that weekend and this whole year has been a highlight. I just love her so much. She was so good. She smashed that stage, like 3.5 hours. Like, I don't think any other singer and any other artist would make their concert that long. And like, usually, like, but they would still cost the same amount as it cost Taylor Swift. Like, I think we spent £175 on our ticket, which is a lot of money for a ticket, but when you get VIP in it, it's not actually the most. I've seen other people pay more, and like that is a lot of money for a ticket to see an artist when you're only getting an hour and a half of a concert from them. And you get their opening acts, yes, and that's great because it's good so you can just find new music. Like when I went to see Wallows, I found a new artist that I actually really love, and I wouldn't have done it if I hadn't got there for the opening act. However, I'm gonna cough. However, Taylor Swift 3.5 hours long for £175, so worth the money. So worth the money. I would have paid it to see it do an hour and a half anyway, but like it was even more worth the money. Which she put on a whole show. It just felt so good. I loved everything about it. I'm literally rewatching the concert right now. I had to pause it into my TV off to film. So, and then the next one for September is the Girls Bathroom Tour. Now, this is so different because this is a podcast tour, and I had never been to a tour for a podcast in my life. However, I love the Girls Bathroom. I love Sophia. I love Chintzia. I'm very behind on their podcast episodes. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I do love them. I just have my moments when I love podcasts, and the only podcast I really listen to is their podcast, and I just love them. But I love Sophia and Chintzia on YouTube as well. I love watching their YouTube channel. So seeing them in the flesh was just like so surreal because I've been watching their YouTube for like 6, I don't know how many years it's been. I found them during uni, and it was when they posted the video with Joe Sugg and Casper Lee, and that was the first video I watched because I love Joe Sugg and Casper Lee. They were two of my favourite Brit crew YouTubers. So when I was like, okay, they're doing a video with these two girls, I'll watch it, why not? And then I fell in love with their channel, and I just like, yeah, obsessed with them. And so when I got to go watch them on tour, I was just like, this is amazing. And it was just done so well. Like, I was obsessed with sitting there, like, hearing the dilemmas, watching the blind dates. It was just so much fun. I loved it, and it was so good. It was so different, and also getting to go to the Royal Albert Hall for the first ever time. I loved that place. Love it so much. Next up, we moved to October, where I did my first ever 24-hour musical. Now, I've done 24 hours of reading, but a 24-hour musical when I'm around people, different. I can't tell you what musical I did because we're not allowed to talk about that on social media, so I won't be. But it was such a good experience. I won't talk too much about it because it was just an experience. I remember it. I don't remember much of it. I won't lie to you. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember doing it, and I do remember having a good time, and I do remember having post-show blues afterwards, even though it was for 24 hours, and I thought, I won't have post-show blues because you're not actually going and rehearsing 24 hours and you do the show. That's it. You don't have months of rehearsals to then do the show like usual. Oh no, I had post-show blues for like a week, and I was struggling, but I just loved it so much. It was such a good experience. I'm glad I've done it. I'll do it again in a heartbeat. Loved everything about it. But I honestly, that's a really big highlight of the year. Now, I don't really have any big highlights for November or December yet. I can say, I mean, we're in the middle of December when I'm talking, and I don't have anything big happening. Obviously, it's Christmas month. I've had Christmas parties, and yeah, nothing big, crazy happening. But I will say, in the end of October and November time, I fell in love with a musical on the West End stage that is still running when you're watching this video, but it's closing in a couple of weeks. It's called Why Am I So Single? Written by the writers of Six, by Toby Marlowe and Lucy Moss. Now that show, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I felt this show hit me hard. Like, hit me hard. I love it so much. I can't tell you, I've seen it 5 times, but when I'm filming this, by the time you're watching this, I'll have seen it at least 7 times. Maybe 6, maybe 8. And I'm going to watch it again, like. So, a little bit obsessed, yes. It might be a little bit unhealthy obsession, but no. I love it so much. It's just such a good show. I think it's done so well. The casting is amazing. I've met some of the cast. Like, I met Stage Door, and I met Lisa Tully, who plays Nancy. So good. Her voice is incredible. She's so lovely as well in person, and I love her accent because she's from Glasgow, I want to say. And she's just, I love her. And then I met Joe Foster, who plays Oliver, and they are just incredible. They have a talent of portraying a character that you just feels so real, and I just love them. And I mean, it is based on real characters from what I've got and from what it says in the programme, and I feel like they are putting some of themselves in this role, which kind of obviously helps, but it just I felt so connected to them. And there's a song in the show that actually I will talk about it, because by the time you're watching this, one, it closes in a couple of weeks, but also the song is out. It is out on Spotify. I'm waiting for tomorrow morning to listen to it, but it's called Disco Ball, and that song, if you've listened to it on Spotify, you'll know it's, oh, my heart, it's emotional, it's so good. It's just the story of that song, I don't want to spoil it, but it is such a good story and song for anyone who is questioning their sexuality, who maybe is trans, non-binary. This song, I feel like, is written for you guys. I just love it so much, and Joe does an amazing job with performing it, and they're just an incredible actor that I wish I saw them in Legally Blonde like a couple of years back. I never watched them in Anne Juliet, which I wish I did, because I loved Anne Juliet and I was planning to go watch it before it shut, and I just never got around to it. And then I never got to see Just for One Day, and I kept walking, I walked past the theatre it was on, and like, because I was staying in a hotel by it when in February, and it was on and I saw it and I was like, oh, this looks really interesting, I'm gonna get tickets. I never got tickets, and I wish I did, because honestly my camera is gonna start running out of battery and it start flashing red at me in a minute, so gotta be quick. But they are incredible, so I will be definitely following on for what they do after this, and hopefully watching them, because they're just so good. To be fair, any of that cast, whatever they do, I'll probably be like watching what they do next, because especially Lisa, like Lisa was in 6, never saw her in 6, I have not seen 6, but I would love to see her in other shows, like to see her in something else, because it's just so good. They are just, everyone in that cast are great actors, and I love it, and I just love that musical so much. I can't tell you how much I do. The next one, and I said I'd talk about it from my goals, I actually got, I talked about getting promoted, and that was my goal this year, was to get promoted again. I got promoted twice this year, which is insane to say. I had set my goal that I would work hard for work this year to get promoted, and then next year I would focus solely on, well, I'll still work, but I'll work hard, but solely focus on YouTube and like try and progress that to make it like a side job. That's what I want to do, because I love my YouTube channel and I love doing it. Like, I'm not doing it because I want the numbers, I want the money. I will still continuously work hard just because I enjoy it so much, I thrive off it. But I'm treating it as if it is a side job, because it makes me want to work hard on it, you know. But I did not expect, I wanted to get senior at my job, and I was hoping, I was thinking by March next year, as long as I get senior by March in 2025, when we do the next promotions, I'll be happy. No, I got promoted in March to the highest one of call agent you can get, us just under senior, and I was like, okay, cool. And then in like September, October time, I got a promotion again to senior, and I don't know how I did it. I mean, I do know how I did it. I worked hard and I pushed myself to work hard for it, because I knew I wanted it. And I think because I said I worked hard, I feel like I kind of manifested that into it, because I was like, yes, I'm going to get senior, and I knew I would, but I just was waiting for when it would happen. So I'm so happy I did that. And then finally gaining 300 subscribers on YouTube. I know I'm at 363 as we speak. However, gaining 300 I'm sorry, I got a really sore throat now. Gaining 300 subscribers was not it was always my goal. It was actually my goal in 2023 to get, and I literally got it like a few weeks after 2024 started, so I still classed it as I achieved that, because I achieved it so early on. But it was such a dream to make it to 300, considering I've been stuck on the 200s for ages. Like for 2 years I was stuck at 200 and something. I was like, okay, come on, I want to at least get 300 subscribers, like it would mean anything to me. And I'm so grateful I have. I know it's only a small amount compared to all these other YouTubers who've got like, who are getting to like 1,000. And I'm like, yes, I would love to get there. And I hope and pray I will get it, and manifest that I'll get it next year. However, even though I was like, there's 300 subscribers, it's a lot. And the fact that I've now got to 363, like, I feel like I've seen more growth this year than I've seen in previous years. And I just know it's because I put in a lot more effort this year into my channel. I've not missed one upload, and I'm saying this, I've not missed one upload. I've done Bitmas. I've been so consistent this year, and I'm so proud of myself for actually sticking to it and actually making it happen, because honestly, not because I wanted to, but I've been so busy that actually having the time to edit and film, because sometimes there's like a real tickle in my throat. It feels like someone's crawling in my throat now. that sometimes filming can become a bit, not tedious, I just don't always have the time to film and edit. So I've been really proud of myself that I've been able to stick to it. So I'm really proud of getting to 300 subscribers. So that is my look back at 2024, guys. Now, again, I'm prefacing this if you've got this far, because this is basically a whole video itself. So it's going to be a really long reset video. I hope you don't mind. But I really just wanted to sit down and chat with you about things. I didn't want it just to be like a whole vlog of me doing stuff. I wanted to chat with you about stuff that's happened in 2024, and I just wanted to have a fun on, just to reflect on 2024, because it has been an incredible year. And I do just want to preface this again that I'm not bragging, I'm not boasting. I know I'm very fortunate that I've had all these this stuff happen, and I do want to preface this. I'm not made of money, and the thing is, it sounds like I am because of everything I've done, but I have worked for that. Like, I've worked 9 to 5 for that, and I saved my money. I'm not good at saving, but when I have to, I will save. So I just want to preface that there. But I really wanted to reflect on it because I am just so appreciative of what has happened, and I'm so just somewhat in some ways shocked that this has happened. It's been such a good year, and I look back at it and going like, it's been an actually crazy year, but in a good way. So yeah, anyway, the next thing you'll see me do in a bit is do my 2025 goals. I currently can't film that because, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to type them up and I'll talk you through them, because my camera needs charging. So yeah. Okay, we are back. My camera's now charged. I'm no longer in pyjamas. So yeah, this hair, I haven't even sorted out, so please ignore that. We are back to talk about my 2025 goals. I have 4 sections for this, and I at least have 3 or 4 bullet points in them. Okay? Now, some of them are, I think they're all goals I'm hoping will come true. I'm manifesting will happen, and so I've put it in a way of like, she has, instead of says I want or I will. Like, it's kind of like saying she has, so she's gonna, it basically means like it's kind of manifesting it into the world. So yes, I'm gonna read it out the way I've written it to put the manifestation out there. I'm not talking about having like I'm fully know what I'm talking about manifestation. I'm still like learning, but I really am in that mindset of like, if you manifest it, you'll get it. So please just bear that in mind. I've got the 4 sections, and I'm just going to tell you each bullet point, and maybe I'll elaborate on it, maybe I won't. But I feel like 2025 is the year of slowing down and doing things for myself, rather than doing and like being at home, working on my YouTube, being more healthier and saving. So let's get on with it. These are my goals for 2025. Number 1, she has 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. I know that's a big stretch from having 363 right now to 5,000, but I am manifesting that my channel is going to grow. Now, I am not saying if I don't get it I'm going to be defeated and I'm going to give up my channel, because that is never going to happen. So you guys are stuck with me whether you like it or not. But I put it out there because if I manifest it, I believe it can happen. I think it will happen. So that's one. Second one is she has sponsored content in her videos. I just think it would be great to know that I'm seen enough to actually have a sponsor, and I'm going to work towards that. So then another one is she has 1,000 followers on Bookstagram and BookTok. Because I have been working hard on my both of them, but sometimes I neglect it. So now next year is a very social media heavy, like focusing on social media content next year. So that is why those ones, they're quite big and they're quite big goals, but I think they're goals that I can really work towards in the year. And I think because I've set it out like that, that is what I'm going to work towards. And if you listen, you'll realise there's nothing actually about my actual job goals in here, because as much as there is a place I want to move to in my job, I'm not focusing on that to be a 2025 goal. That's a 2026 goal if it doesn't happen in 2025. So yeah. Now we move on to lifestyle. This has got 4 bullet points, so let's go. The first one is she goes to the gym 2 or 3 times a week regularly. I have started going to the gym. I've only been like 5 times since I got the membership, 5 or 6 times. I need to get into it a bit more, and I want to be like a regular goer in the new year to get confidence of going to the gym, but also to get fitter and healthier. So that's one. And then on the same kind of lines is she's eating healthy and eating more fruit and veg, because I am really bad at eating healthy and really bad at eating fruit and veg. So I really want to focus on actually incorporating that into my lifestyle. This one is a bit excessive and you guys are going to think I'm very weird of putting this on my goals, but I really believe it's going to happen. She has met Leo Woodall. I love that man. I've not met him. I fell in love with him watching One Day this year, and I just am obsessed with the man. So I am manifesting that next year I will meet him, whether it be in Paris when I go to Paris or somewhere else. I am manifesting I will meet him and I will be happy. The next one is she goes on solo dates once a month to spend quality time with herself. Now, this is something I started. I did one solo date and it came out of Bookmas, and I loved filming that video, but I also love taking myself on a little solo date. I want to do it more often. I want to try and do it once a month, like I said, in that goal next year. So hopefully I'll get a video up once a month with a solo date, whether that happens or not. When it goes to the video, I don't know, but I'll still definitely do it once a month. So that's all my lifestyle goals. Moving on to money. Now this is something that I don't know how much I want to share on the internet about money and my money goals, because money it's obviously not really something I want to share with the world about an income. So I'm going to tell you the first goal because I think it's quite a valid one to say, and I'm going to tell you the last one, but the middle one I'm not going to say because that has a specific amount that has nothing to do with something else. So the first one is she has paid off her overdraft in full. This is my student overdraft I had from when I was at uni. I am no longer at uni anymore, and I need to pay it off because the longer I leave it, I'm just not going to do it, and I need to do it. So that is a really big goal of making happen in 2025. And then the middle one I'm not saying, like I said, because I'm keeping that to myself. Not because I want to share it, because I have it on my vision board. I just don't think it's wise for me to do it. Then finally, for money, it is she is regularly saving and not spending. What I mean is, because I'm not going to stop myself from buying stuff if I see something I really need or really want. Like, that's not a book. We're moving on to that in a second. It is more that I'm just not going to waste money and spend money just for the sake of spending money. Like, I'm going to be making lunches a lot more at home, so I'm not buying lunches more on my lunch breaks. I'm going to not be as impulsive. I'm going to try not do as many crazy activities that's going to cost me money, so that I can save instead and actually just save. Next year's a saving year. So yeah, that's my money section. And finally we have the reading goals. Now, if you watch my book journal, like me setting up my book journal, you want to know my full on reading goals. But I've just put 3 on my main goal list because these are the main goals I have that I really want to manifest and stick to. First of all, she has read 60 books. I have lowered my reading goal from 70 to 60 because 70 has been a challenge this year, and I don't want. It was stressing me out at the time. I've when I'm filming this, I've still got 2 books to finish to get to 70, and I'm about to read a really chunky one, so that's probably not a good idea. However, you'd have known by now if I've hit the 70 goal because I've done my end of year book chat before this in another video, but I think 60 is a more reasonable goal because at least if I exceed it, I'll be more happier than stressing by the end of the year going, oh my god, I've still got some amount of books to read. She hasn't bought so many books apart from like anticipated releases, so stuff like Onyx Storm that's coming out at the end of this month, this month for you guys. And like Wild and Wrangled, like books that I really, really want to read, and releases like Emily Henry's new book, like that, I will buy. But otherwise, I'm not going to impulsively just buy a book for the sake of buying a book. No, that's not me saying I won't ever do that. It means more like just not doing it as excessively as I have done in the past couple of years because I have constantly bought books. I think I did really well in the first 3 months of this year of just not buying books unless they were like new releases. And then it went downhill. So I'm going to continue this for the whole year. That is a goal. So don't expect any book hauls from me, or if you get one, it's going to be a... Sorry, I thought there was someone outside, that was weird. If you get one, it will be, it might be a collective book haul. Who knows? And it might just be my birthday book haul. Who knows? But yeah. And then finally, she has read a non-fiction book. I want to at least read more non-fiction books, but I'm putting 1 as a goal because I struggle with reading non-fictions and they usually take me like a longer time to read than fictional books just because I struggle with them. So that is that. And that is my goals for 2025. So let's see if I can stick to them. So I'll come back to you with a book journal flip through kind of thing. That is on the list of the reset for 2025. And what else is on there? Like, I have a list so I know. There it is. My digital vision board. There are two things I think I'm going to come back with. My digital vision board and my flip through my book journal, and then this video will be over. I know it's going to be a very long one, so I do hope you're enjoying, and I will see you when I come back. Hello, okay, I've decided first of all I'm not going to put my book journal in my end of year reset, my 2025 reset, because I'm going to finish it for a video that's coming up some point in January, and I'll just show you in there. So instead we got one more thing to do for my 2025 reset. We have done book journal, setting goals, looking back at 2024, and we've done like the goals and stuff. So it's now time to do my digital vision board. I do one every year, so I'm trying to also like print stuff off my book journal ready for tomorrow. So I'm just doing it at the same time as I talk. I am going to do my digital vision board now because I'm in the mood to do so. This is my Canva design. This is 2023's one. And you'll see I had like Bonnie and Clyde because that's the show I was doing at the time, and yeah, I have that, and obviously Paris is on there because I was going to Paris that year. This is 2024's one, which I love. We now need to do another one, so I'm going to add page, and there you go. So I'm now going to like get all the pictures of my Pinterest, so I need to go back to here. I need to change my Pinterest account to this one, and then when it flips we can have a look at my 2025 board. I have a lot of things. 2025 Angel Energy. So currently there's 134 in here, so we're going to look through this and we're going to put this onto the vision board. And I'm excited. So I'm going to put my headphones back on, listen to some music. I'm going to get in the zone, and we're going to... You can obviously see Paris is going back on there because I'm going back to Paris next year, so yeah. Okay, and this is my finished one. Let me see. Oh, let me download it. That might be helpful. I don't want to download all three, just this one today. And I need to put this as my screensaver, which we'll do after the video. That's not even a problem, but let me show you once it's downloaded. So this is my finished vision board for my digital one. What I will do is I'll use the same one for my phone, but I'll flip it so it will be like portrait, but it just so yeah, I know what I'm doing. But this is it. So we got YouTube and like saving on this side, like travel just in the middle, and like health and fitness there. And I feel like I just think I love it because it is incorporating everything I want to achieve and manifest for next year. Over here is like solo dating. That's what that means to me, and I know what it means to me. We got stuff here like little quotes and stuff. I'm actually obsessed with it. And then we've got the whole thing saying 2025 is my year because it is going to be my year, and I am obsessed. Like, imagine opening my laptop to that every single day. Like, that is... yeah. So, with that being said, my 2025 reset video is now complete. We have done my physical my digital vision board, a look back at 2024 and my 2025 goals. And that is my for me, that is my 2025 reset done. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's been like, I've been working on this for like a whole month. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below. Please subscribe. And I will see you guys very soon on Wednesday with another video. Bye.